Imagine this. You're crashing down towards an unknown planet in your escape pod, and as you look up, you see the ship that you once called home explode into pieces. Before you know it, there are flashing lights, screaming alarms, there is no control, there is no time, you have to... Oh, God. Come on, get out, what are you doing? Alright, we gotta put this fire out, quick. Fire extinguisher. Here we go. Ooh. That was close. It was only once I climbed out of the escape pod that I realized where I truly was. There was nothing but water as far as the eyes could see, and zero human life was detected. This is Subnautica. Oh, that's not good. God. Oh, come on, I'm just gonna do the same thing again. I'm almost going to drown, and then that guy is just going to eat my corpse. Leave! My God, that guy... Oh. Hey! Stop that. Let me scan you at least before you try to kill me, you rude fish. Alright, I'm just gonna try scanning this one. Maybe he's a bit nicer. Oh, God! It's fine. You know what? Forget about it. Forget about it. You just live your life, Stalker, and I'm gonna live mine and help life pod number 3. Because I am the savior of this alien planet. I will rescue all of my friends. I had no idea how wrong I was. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I started out by checking out the inside of my new home, realizing that I was going to need a repair tool, a knife, and a scanner before heading out any further. Having checked the required resources to make these, I made my way out to gather what I needed. Alright, first dive, here we go. Oh wow, this looks beautiful. I haven't played much of Subnautica before. Not because I never liked it, but for some reason it just never really stuck with me. I figured with Subnautica 2 being right around the corner, there was no better time to give this game a real shot than now. Something you may have noticed right away is that the surface looks relatively safe, bright and calm, but below the ocean never stops moving, and it never forgets that you don't belong here. Hello, fishies. Ooh, look at that guy. What are you carrying, pal? What's this? Metal cell? Oh, what the? I can tell that this game is probably going to be a little tougher than I anticipated. Once I got back to the ship, I wasted no time. I crafted myself the repair tool, a knife, and a scanner so I could work on my next goal, which I would uncover by listening to the first distress signal sent to me on the radio.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call, laying back.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
I knew what I had to do and where I had to go next, but swimming there simply wasn't an option for me. Not with what lurks out there. So I set my sights on building a sea glide. First, I had to find the fragments, scan them, and pray I'd live long enough to be able to craft it. Ugh, finally, here it is. God, that took me forever to find. Ooh! Nice! Ha 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 ha, yes!
New blueprint acquired.
Awesome. Okay, that's what we're gonna make. We are going to make that sea glide. And I bet you that's going to make the swim, because that's, 500 meters. It should actually make that doable, instead of me just being killed by a ton of stalkers. Alright, what do we need? Battery, lubricant, copper wire, titanium. Tracking down the items required for crafting the sea glide wasn't too hard. Before long, I had what I needed, and the sea glide was finally mine. Alright, time to go find our friends. Ooh, this is much faster. Surely we can go through here. Still no land in sight. Nearly nearly there now. I think that might be it. I arrived at the signal's source, hoping for answers, but all I found was silence and signs of something much worse. Oh. Oh no. That doesn't look too good. The emergency pod from which they sent the distress signal was destroyed. Whoever sent the signal, they were gone. All that was left was a PDA detailing their desperate escape. There were no bodies, there was no blood. Maybe they made it out, but in these waters, that really doesn't mean much. The loneliness out here cuts deep, but what scares me more is knowing that I'm never truly alone. You start to notice it after a while, that feeling that something is watching, that every splash you make, something hears. The ocean is full, and not everything in it wants to be found. At this point, I figured that my best shot at understanding where I was, and maybe how to get out, was to follow these distress signals. But so far, they all told the same story. Abandoned vessels, no bodies, and fragments of cryptic logs left behind. Nothing concrete, just ghosts and questions. I hadn't even reached the next site of the next distress signal before the silence on my radio broke once again. A new transmission came through, urgent, and all too familiar. Whoa! What is that?
Emergency. A quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The reactor
Wait,
will reach
what?
a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8.
That's not gonna blow up, is it?
6, 5.
Isn't my life pod a little close to that?
3, 2.
Oh my god! Well, I was looking for a reason to build a base. I think I just found one.
For your convenience, the radiation suit has been renewably prepped and acquired.
When the Aurora exploded, everything changed. I decided at that moment to stop chasing ghosts in the water, and I started thinking about how not to become one myself. I knew two things for certain. I needed to build a base somewhere deeper in the ocean and somewhere safer, away from the radiation. But most important, I needed a vehicle that was capable of getting me there. Seamoth fragment. Ooh, this is what I've been looking for. God, why does this always take so long? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, go up. Go up. Oh, no. Come on! Wow, that was too close. My desperation for getting to Seamoth and getting away from the radiated ship was making me reckless. And in that moment, it became painfully clear that the creatures out here weren't my biggest threat. It was the oxygen, or the lack of it. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, another Seamoth fragment.
30 seconds.
Should be one more to go after this. Hey, stop that! Why do you always try to bite me as I'm scanning something? I really need the salvage. Ooh! This might be the last one I need. So I'm guessing there's like a... Oh, that is a submarine!
New blueprint acquired.
That looks so cool. With all of the Seamoth fragments finally scanned, I made my way back to the escape pod. It was time to see if I could actually build it. Alright, here we go. Now let's make ourselves a Seamoth so we can get the hell out of here and build our base somewhere else. Oh shit, I forget. I need to build a mobile vehicle bay to make one, don't I? Think I do. Yep, I do. Okay, so I have 1 out of 3. That means I have 2 more to find. Okay, guess we're going back out there then. The plan was simple. find the last 2 fragments for the mobile vehicle bay, and with that, I could finally build my Seamoth and change everything. What do we have here? Ooh, nice. Okay. 1 more to go. Oh, yes, I can't barely see it, but it's here. It's here. Awesome. Okay.
New blueprint acquired.
That's all of them. Now we get to go back and make the thing. And that's exactly what I did. I gathered the materials needed, returned to the pod, and finally crafted the mobile vehicle bay. All right, there it is. Let's put it down, and let's see what I need to make this Seamoth. Yes, release. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh. All right. Now, vehicles. I need titanium power cell glass. I know I can make all of these. Oh, we have everything. All right. Let's do this. I've been looking forward to this moment. Finally, something that's going to get me around a little easier, a little faster. Here we go.
Seamoth is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
All right, here we go. Man, this thing looks so awesome.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you, Seamoth. Well, this should make life at least somewhat easier, and we can go deeper than ever before. I began searching the ocean, trying to see if I could find that one perfect place to build my new home, where I was hoping to be just safe enough to be able to prepare for whatever came next. With the Seamoth, the ocean finally opened up to me. I could go deeper and further than ever before. But while scouting for a place to build my home, I saw something massive. It was bigger than anything I'd ever encountered before. My God.
Leviathan class, life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good question. He's not coming. Oh my God! I'm fine. I have absolutely nothing to worry about. Wow, that was a close call. I think I'm okay. This place sucks. I hate it here. God, I hate it here. You know what? This seems like the goodest place as any to build for now. I turned the Seamoth around and gunned it back the way I came. Whatever that thing was, I wasn't ready for it, and I had a feeling I wouldn't get so lucky the next time around. The quiet little spot I found earlier, suddenly, it seemed perfect, so I wasted no time and started building my next home. Given the circumstances, I was genuinely proud of what I'd built. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy. It took time, a lot of effort, and more close calls than I'd like to admit. But it was worth it. This place, it wasn't home. But on this planet, it was as close as I'd ever get. Sometimes, I'd catch myself just staring out the windows, listening to the reefbacks call in the distance, completely mesmerized by the beauty that somehow manages to coexist with the horror. I think that's why during this playthrough I really fell in love with this game. It's not just for the survival or the exploration, or even the fear, though there's plenty of it. I love Subnautica because somehow it captures both wonder and dread in equal measure. It lets you build something beautiful in a place that doesn't want you to survive. It doesn't hand you comfort. You have to earn it. Every meter deeper, every base you build, every narrow escape, it all matters. And in a world where everything feels hostile, finding even a moment of peace feels like a victory. Now that's the magic of Subnautica. This video only scratched the surface of what Subnautica has to offer. I'm planning to do a follow-up that dives deeper into the story and the secrets hidden beneath these waters. But for now, this is where I'll leave the adventure. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. And if you've got your own Subnautica story, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear about your adventure. I'll see you in the next video.